All right, with that, welcome back to Bengals Nation, everybody. Thanks for coming out here at the Kroger OTR Eatery. You guys have fun on Monday night? That was a fun Monday night, wasn't it? I'll tell you who had a lot of fun on Monday night because you saw them all over the field. They're our weekly analysts, DJ Reader and Mike Hilton. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, that was a fun Monday night, wasn't it?
You tell me. I mean, that was an exciting one from beginning to end, man. That was a big win for us, and it felt good.
Yeah, I had a good time out there. It was good fun. Weather was good. Field felt good. It was good.
And the performance was awesome. Both you guys were all over the field there. Mike in the secondary, DJ getting constant pressure up front. It seemed like your defense had a little bit of an edge to it there on Monday.
We did. We kind of came in with the mentality we were going to be more physical. They're not really known for being a physical team, so we kind of brought that to them, and it kind of just wore on them throughout the game, and we walked away with a big win.
I think guys just walked in there with that right mentality, that right attitude. Your back's against the wall right now. We got to take it one play at a time. And we just came out swinging and fought the whole game, so we got to it.
I know you guys have been in the league a while, so, losing streaks happen. Things don't go your way. That's part of the game. But to finally get a big win on Monday night, prime time, break that losing streak, that has to get a little extra wind in the sails at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That gives us a lot of confidence going in this Sunday. Everything's still in front of us. Monday night was a big stepping stone to where we want to go, so we just got to continue to get better week by week and find ways to win.
Yeah, it was definitely good for us. Guys know how hard it is to win in this league, and I think that was just another point to reiterate. We're on the road fighting, and gave us a bunch of confidence about who we are as a team. We can score points. We can do what we need to do on defense, and it feels good when everything comes together as a team.
Do you guys know how long it's been since the Bengals won a road Monday night game?
Nah.
1990 was the last time.
I wasn't even born yet.
I don't think any of us were. None of us up here were born yet. It's been that long. That's pretty mind-boggling, isn't it? We got to talk about your quarterback, Jake Browning. He went out there, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, led the NFL in passing. Yeah, you got that. The question I have here, Jake needs a nickname. Joe had like 10 nicknames. Jake needs a nickname. Does Jake have a nickname yet?
Man, it's low-key Jake Show, No Lake Show. I mean, it's it's just something that kind of stuck with him ever since he's been on the team, and we weren't surprised by how he performed the other night. So it's exciting to actually have him go out there and do it and put on the show.
I'm a big fan of the Jake Show. It's funny, my son's middle name is Browning, last name Reader. So he calls him Jake Browning Reader. He thinks that's his name. But it's just hilarious. I brought my son a jersey. I'm a big fan. I love the Jake Shows. We've been watching our scout team for a year, been lighting us up, so it was good that he just went out there and did his thing.
You got Indy this week. Tell me about the Colts. They're coming to Paycor Stadium.
Very talented team. Kind of in the situation we are at quarterback, playing with a backup, but they're in the wild card spot, and they're fighting for their playoff life. So it's going to be a lot on the line for both teams, but we're excited about going into Sunday and coming out with a win.
Gardner Minshew's a unique individual. We'll say that. Could either of you pull out? The lasting vision I have of Minshew is the mullet and the jorts. Is that a look either you guys can pull off?
I'm a big fan of the mullet. I do like it. I think it looks good. I can't pull it off, but I do think it's a dope haircut for certain people. I was a big Joe Dirt guy. I watched that show. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a dope little hairstyle.
Well, hopefully the hairstyle does not have any success at Paycor Stadium. And with that, we send it over to the head coach, Zac Taylor.
Well, fun Monday night in Jacksonville for you guys. How you guys feeling after a big Monday night win over the Jaguars?
It was good. I was happy for the team, to put on all the work that they put in the last couple of weeks and to see the hard work come to fruition. That was a great moment for everybody in the locker room.
I know you said the last couple of weeks that you were excited because you want to see the resiliency of this team, to see them come out against a very good Jags team and play the way that they did. Did that kind of strengthen the belief in the locker room and the coaching staff?
Yeah, I don't think it strengthened it. I think we already knew it was there. It's just good to show everybody else that we're still alive. We're still working hard. We still believe in what's possible in the rest of the season. And now you got to start stacking it back-to-back weeks, and that's the biggest challenge now.
Jake Browning went out there, had one heck of a game, over 350 pass yards, over 80% completion percentage. How big was that second week to have him as the starter to kind of get that confidence and get the speed up?
He was really perfect. He had 5 incompletions, 2 of them were drops, 2 of them were throwaways, and 1 of them was a tipped ball. So he was on point with every throw that he made all day yesterday. I was really proud of him. He gave us a great chance to win, and I know the team has a lot of confidence in him as well.
I know Jake said all week that having that second week of just the familiarity with how everything goes was big for him, but for you as the play caller, to have another week and kind of know more his strengths and what to call, how big was that for you?
It's helpful, but we knew that going into the Pittsburgh game too. So every game's a little bit different. We got into a really good rhythm yesterday and just kept it rolling over all 4 quarters and overtime. And again, now we just got to put together a great plan for Indy and go do it again.
I'm sure you didn't see, but the first touchdown Joe Mixon had, there was the dance choreography in the end zone. Have you been able to break that film down yet?
No, I haven't seen. I usually don't see the celebrations for a couple more days.
Still to come on Bengals Nation, the guys are joined by this week's guest, Chidobe Awuzie, as we get inside the head of one of the veteran defensive backs.
Who they? Man, I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Getting Defensive, man. I'm your host, Mike Hilton and DJ Reader.
Yo.
And today we got a real special guest, man. Y'all give a loud, warm welcome to Chidobe Awuzie.
Mr. Money on the floor.
Hey, what's up, Chi? What's going on, man?
Man, chilling, blessed. See all the fans. It's lit in here. Yeah, we here.
Well, we're going to get straight to it, man. Obviously coming back from your injury this year, man. Just tell us about how that journey has been and where you are now.
Oh, man. Those who don't know, I tore my ACL last year, and, I had a long road back, so, I got to stay in Cincinnati a lot longer than usual. So I was here all off-season training and trying to get back right for my boys, and, I'm just blessed to be on the field. Every day's an opportunity to get better. Every day's an opportunity to make a play, and you just learn to appreciate a lot more things. I know y'all been through that too, so, yeah.
Coming off injury, and you're a couple more years in, man. How's it having a bunch of young guys in your room and having to lead those guys and take every step with them?
It's different. Last year or past 2 years, we had a lot of veterans, in our secondary. And, coming in, I kind of didn't know what it was going to look like. But they just provided so much energy. All the young guys, DJ Turner, DJ Ivy, Dax Hill, Cam, Jordan Battle, all these young, Alan George, they just brought so much energy to our secondary. And, this makes it refreshing and fun, just you get to see how you used to look when you were a rookie or a second-year player, and you see it in them, and you're able to give them game on life and everything. So, it's a lot of fun.
All right, Coach Prime went to Colorado, man. You a Colorado graduate, man. So how did you feel about that move when he came to the Buffs?
Must see TV. Even if we're not winning, I feel like everybody was watching the Colorado Buffaloes this year and paying attention to seeing what they're doing. So he just brought that shock value to our team, and I'm pulling for them in year 2 to hopefully get some wins, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. So yeah.
Hey, they did better than expected in year 1. They did their thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
But so we got the Colts coming up this weekend. What we got to do to go out there and get a dub this weekend?
Just be ourselves. I was talking to Mike. I talked to Jermaine earlier. Just how I feel like after this win, it feels like we just have the quiet confidence. Like everybody's just like, we kind of understand what we got to do. We understand what's at the table. It's not really about who we go against. We know we could beat anybody. It's just about us, really, paying attention to our assignments and going throughout our week with a great week of practice, energy, and all that. And I think we'll end up on top.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, Chi, we appreciate you coming on, man. Let's go get a big win on Sunday.
Let's get it.
So next up, you got the Indianapolis Colts. Tell me about Indy.
Good football team. I think that coaching staff has done a really good job getting these guys ready to roll. And Gardner Minshew, he's played a lot of games in this league. We've played against him before, so he gives that team a lot of hope. And defensively, Gus Bradley, he's been a coordinator in this league for a really long time, played against him many times, always a challenge. I think the last time we played him was probably here in the playoffs when he was with the Raiders. So a lot of respect for their coaching staff and players.
Gardner Minshew's a unique individual, we'll call it. His path to being a starter for the Colts now, what has made him be able to stick in this league for a while?
Well, he's a playmaker, and so I think anytime he's behind the center, the team believes that he gives them a chance to get a spark and complete some balls and score some points, and he's done that for them several times this year, and so they've got a lot of belief in him as a backup.
You mentioned in our first segment stacking wins. How do you go about that during the week now that you got to win and you've got a little momentum in your favor?
Well, you got to keep the urgency up. And just because you get a win doesn't mean, all right, now we can take a step back and not put in the same preparation. Our guys have proven time and time again over the years that they're not that type of team that's going to take a step back. So just always reminding them whenever we find possible.
Bengaltizers, sponsored by Sinsoy.
We're back for another episode of Bengaltizers. We got Sam from Sinsoy Foods. Sam, we got Indy this week. You got something uniquely Hoosier on the menu today.
Yes, we have miso marinated pork tenderloin sandwiches. We've got a little of our soy sauce salt mixed in there. It's got that fried beautifulness from the pork tenderloin. Should be super umami. A great thing to do on a cold night. It should be pretty tasty. You want to try it?
Yeah, let's dig in here.
Let's
These
get
look
in.
delicious. Now, I went to college in Indiana, so I know they love their pork tenderloin sandwiches.
Oh, good.
Very good.
Wow.
That's good stuff here from Sinsoy. And you can find the products in Kroger now, right?
Find them at Kroger. It's a great time of the year to give. So stop by your Kroger, grab a bottle, put it in a stocking, treat your friends or family to a nice treat.
Another great episode of Bengaltizers here on Bengals Nation. Coming up on Bengals Nation, Zac hits the Telestrator to break down the big plays from the big win in Jacksonville.
Coach Taylor's Breakdown, sponsored by Wendy's.
There's a couple clips from last week's win at Jacksonville on Monday Night Football. The first one here is a great job by our defense. They're in an empty set, so they get no protection here with their offensive line. So you can see Trey. He's going to win a one-on-one over the top, get Trevor Lawrence off his spot, and you're going to see Sam and B.J. Hill clean it up on the backside, and Sam get the sack. So really good job in the coverage, making him hang on to the ball. Great job by Trey getting him off his spot. Great job by Sam finishing off the sack. So big-time sack that we needed there. Here in the fourth quarter, you can see 7 minutes left. They're going to run a reverse. So getting aggressive, and our defense does a great job. It really starts with Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton's got to take on 2 blockers, and he does a great job navigating through both of them and making the running back get all the way to the boundary. And DJ Turner does a great job coming up here and not being afraid to hit somebody at the line of scrimmage. And so big-time play there, starting with Mike Hilton, making sure this thing gets strung out, and then DJ Turner coming over the top and bringing the wood there. So big-time energy play by our defense and a critical moment in the game. That was big time. And then you're going to see this is in overtime, so another huge play. Great call by Lou. We call this a saw blitz. Okay, so we're going to bring Sam and Nickel off the edge here. And when they're running what we call duo, it's tough because number 11's got to block Mike Hilton, and there's no way he can do that when he times it up like this. So Mike Hilton's the best blitzing DB in the league. He shows it right there. They never know if he's bluffing or really coming. He does an outstanding job on a huge play in overtime, getting them off track, got us the ball back a few plays later, and allowed us to go win the game. So that was big time. And then on offense, you're going to see here, Jake does a great job getting us to a check. So you can see he's got 8 threats here. He's got 4 D linemen, he's got 2 linebackers, he's got a safety, he's got a nickel. 8 guys can come. We only have 7 potential blockers, so he's got to do a great job getting us to a screen check that we talked about. Ideally versus that safety rushing, but we didn't know if he was going to rush or not. He gets out of there. We still do a great job executing the screen into a dropping defensive end. I thought Mixon did a great job running through contact here, and we always tell those guys run through the smoke, and he did a great job with an explosive play on a check play by Jake Browning, something that we talked about all week, executed in practice. They do a great job applying it to the game, and everybody's on the same page, and that was a big spark for us there in the first half. And then another play here. We're just really getting a 2-on-1 here on this linebacker. And so you see we do a great job. T grabs him and allows Tanner Hudson to wrap over the top. And again, the safety takes a tough angle and Tanner makes a miss and gets an explosive play there. So really good timing there by Jake. Good protection up front. Good job on the scheme here by T. Higgins, grabbing the linebacker underneath and allowing Tanner to go get a big play. And then you see at the end of the half, again, great touchdown drive. Allowed us to get some momentum going into the half. You're going to see us just run duo. and everybody does a great job. Jonah does a great job there at right tackle, sealing off the defensive tackle. You can see Kappa and Ted come off on that run through by the Mike backer, and Mixon runs hard right through the middle there. Jaguars mascot not happy at all. That's what we love to see anytime you're playing on the road there. And then the last one here, this is the first drive of the second half. So we're going to get base defense. They're going to play a 5-man front. Okay, they took a DB out of the game. They put in an extra defensive lineman. They're going to try to go affect our passer, but the mistake there was they left Jamar one-on-one. Jake does a good job realizing that, throwing a ball over the top, and Jamar's just so strong through the catch point, does a great job catching that thing. And we'll fast forward this last part here as he almost gets a taunting penalty, but a really good execution there. And other things to point out here, this is a 5-on-5 up front. These guys are doing a great job. Drew Sample picking up this linebacker in the A-gap. Drew sometimes plays a running back role for us on third down and does a great job. You can see they really should have gotten a hands to the face penalty there, but Drew overpowers this guy, does a great job with the protection, and allows Jake to hit Jamar for a big-time touchdown there to start the second half. So great play there by all those guys.
Still to come on Bengals Nation, Zac is back giving his musts for another win, this time over the Indianapolis Colts.
This is my glory.
Game day matchup sponsored by Gold Star.
For this week's matchup, the Bengals offensive line, coming off one of their best performances of the year where they only gave up 2 sacks to Jacksonville, will have their hands full with the Indianapolis Colts defensive front that ranks number 2 in the NFL in sacks, and it's just not one player. They have multiple guys in the top 50 in sacks in the NFL, and it all goes through DeForest Buckner, the veteran defensive end. Orlando Brown Jr. knows in order to have another productive offensive outing, they need to limit the pressure on Jake Browning.
DeForest Buckner is kind of where it starts, man. I mean, he's one of the special players in the league at what he does, and he's really good, especially in pass rushing situations. So I know a lot of their pass rush kind of runs through him, and the one-on-ones that he can create. And then they've got some other guys out there as well, man. I know Sam Eckelbaum is a really good player. So Kwity Paye, they got some guys.
Keys to the game sponsored by Kia.
All right, Zac, the Monday night curse is over. Got the win on Monday night on the road for the first time since 1990. What must the Bengals do to stack another win and get one against Indy?
Well, we got to be great in the red zone. I thought we were really good in the red zone yesterday, offensively and defensively. We got them down to some tough situations, and so that's going to be a huge point of emphasis this week when we play the Colts.
A reminder, 6:30 Wednesday at the Kroger OTR Eatery is your chance to see Bengals Nation tape in person. And of course, every Saturday, 11:35 on your TV home of the Bengals, watch Bengals Nation to get ready for a big weekend win for the Bengals. All right, we got everybody all up here again to talk a little more about life in football. And Chido, I know you had a long road back from last year, what happened in Cleveland to now. What was it like having to kind of go back through that and get back on the field and all the things that you had to go through?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of life. I feel like everybody goes through setbacks, that was my setback for last year. And just like anything else in life, as football players, we always used to grinding, right? And it was just, for me, I just looked at it as another grind, so I'm used to the grind. So it wasn't too difficult in that respect, but it was difficult to get back to feeling like myself. So, it was a long process, but, I enjoyed, learning about myself throughout the process and, getting a different perspective on life and football.
Mike, when he was finally back out there, what was that like for you guys to have that veteran presence back on the back end?
Oh, man, it's great, man, because really outside myself, Chido's the only really veteran that's kind of really playing. We got Mike T, obviously, but it's just good to have him out there. His energy, the way he goes about his business, and the way he puts so much into the game, it means a lot to this team, and, he means everything to us.
Is it weird looking up? Because, you guys aren't that old in the grand scheme of things, but you look up in that room and all of a sudden, you just said it, you're the old guys in the room now. Is that kind of weird?
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how it flies by, and then like he said it earlier, it's kind of like seeing all the young guys, like seeing yourself. And throughout all our careers, we kind of just learn, and we definitely want to get back to these young guys so they can just keep elevating and get better.
Is there anything? I talked to, great example, you talk to interns or somebody who's significantly younger. There's things that we grew up with that they didn't, like cassette tapes, apparently. They don't know what cassette tapes are these days. Is there anything that the young guys don't know about that you guys have to explain to them?
Yeah, like classic movies. Classic movies. They don't be knowing classic movies.
Really?
Yeah, I think they classic movies like Frozen and stuff like that. You know, we were watching Boys in the Hood, Paid in Full, stuff like that. So that definitely has changed some conversations.
Wow. I've never felt more old than I do right now. Frozen is a classic movie? Wow. Okay. Well, on that note, let's move on here. Chido, I was reading up on you. You're an avid chess player, is that right?
True.
Why chess?
Honestly, the first time I lost in chess, I just felt so dumb. And I was like, I didn't like this feeling because it was someone that was my age, and I just felt like he thought he was smarter than me. So then at that point, I was like, all right, I gotta keep playing and get better. And I actually ended up enjoying like just the art of chess and how it relates to life and stuff. So yeah, I was actually playing some chess games back there, to be honest.
You guys ever play him in chess?
Not at all. I don't even know how to play chess personally.
I know how to play a lot of games. Chess is not one of them. I never learned how to play. My uncle beat me in checkers one time, and I never recovered from that, so I didn't even want nothing with that board.
There's two types of people.
Cool.
There's two types of people. People who lose, and it's like, nah. And that's why when someone does decide to play me in chess, I kind of like, I ease them in because it's like,
give them a little
it's like you
confidence,
finally got an
come back.
opponent. You finally got someone to play with, So.
You don't want to embarrass him right off the start.
Nah.
Well, it sounds like you got some teaching to do with these guys with chess.
If they want to play.
He embarrassed me. I'm not coming back.
You the best on the team?
Oh, of course. Send them
One of the best in the NFL, apparently.
What's you and Joe's? You and Joe?
You and Nine have.
I'm up on him.
All right, I was just asking.
What about Mike T?
Huh?
Mike T?
What T? Nah, Stanford education don't mean nothing to me.
Okay. You said you really from the Bay.
We got some battles going on in that locker room, apparently.
All the time.
Whether it's ping pong, chess, cards. I mean, you guys get after it.
That competitive nature.
That's awesome. Who's the best ping pong player of the three of you guys?
Cheeto probably the best. He played the most.
I'm a close second to Cheeto.
I don't know.
Close?
Whoa.
I'm a close. All right, maybe not
threw me in
close.
third place. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did skip over you.
You
don't even play, bro.
You haven't seen me
I just
play.
started playing
Cheeto
this
seen
year.
me play. That's why he hesitated
You don't see them
to
play.
put you second right now.
You got to see me on the table there. That's something we got to solve.
I'm tier 1.
We'll let y'all know how me and DJ match go next week.
All right. Well, we got some things to sort out here in the locker room with some competitions. We thank you guys for coming and everyone for coming here on Bengals Nation. These guys got a big game Sunday against the Colts. Another step going back to the postseason. Thanks, everyone, for coming out to Bengals Nation.